Take a look.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Big Girl Chris back at you with another one. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe, leave me a thumbs up, ring the notification bell, hit me up on Twitter, TikTok, the community post. You already know the vibes, and I'm here with your WrestleMania Night 1 review. WrestleMania 40, WrestleMania XL, WrestleMania Extra Large, whatever you want to call it. It's WrestleMania season, and the vibes are already vibing, you know. It's got a big fight feel. It's got a big WrestleMania feel. NXT Stand and Deliver was earlier today. It was a fire show. The WWE has a new intro now. Like the new Then, Now, and Forever is new. It kind of reminds me of a Marvel intro, you know. So that's pretty cool. And WrestleMania kicked off with the Chief Content Officer, the COO, the CFO, the HOA, the whatever he's called, Triple H. I'm still not used to them calling him by his real name, Paul Triple H Levesque. He's always going to be Triple H to me. But he comes out and he welcomes us to WrestleMania, and he says that it is a new era. And, you know, it's a good way to start this new era with this WrestleMania. And it kicked off with the Women's World Championship match between Rhea Ripley and Becky Lynch. And the story of this match wasn't anything storyline related. The real story of this match was the fact that Becky Lynch was wrestling with strep throat. And they said on commentary that she had 102 fever. And I'm like, yo, what are you doing? Why are you out here? Listen, I understand it's WrestleMania, but good gosh. Oof, hopefully she's okay. Hopefully she is better. This match wasn't really affected by Becky Lynch's health, by her strep throat. The match was actually really good, and Becky Lynch's intro was pretty cool. Like it had a CGI book, like her book, and it was reading excerpts from her book. You know, and she, you know, going over the fact that she keeps calling herself the not average girl, and that was pretty cool. It was a pretty cool message behind that. And then Rhea Ripley came out. She had her I don't want to say her band, but the band that performs her theme, they performed live. And the guy that started singing kind of looked like Rhea Ripley. I thought that was Rhea Ripley actually singing, but it wasn't. I was like, okay, that's awkward, but cool. But the match itself was fine. You know, it wasn't as good as Rhea's match with Charlotte last year, but it was still a fine match nonetheless. You know, like I mentioned, Becky has strep throat, so hey, it is what it is. And as I predicted, Rhea Ripley is still your WWE Women's Champion. She's still mommy, and mommy is always on top. You know, fine match. It was fun. There was manhandle slams off the top rope, and you know, all sorts of shenanigans. But Rhea Ripley is still your champion. After this, we had the 6-pack ladder match for the WWE Undisputed Tag Team Championships, and they mentioned it before on commentary. They mentioned Samantha Irving mentioned it, the fact that you have to get both sets of titles out. It's not that you just get one set, you have to get both these sets, which was a clear-cut sign that we are finally splitting these damn tag team championships. Thank God, man. I prayed for this. It happened. A lot of people prayed for this. We have more than enough tag teams on both Raw and SmackDown for them to have two separate tag team champions, and that's exactly what we got. The new SmackDown tag team champions are A-Town Down Under, Grayson and Austin Theory, and the Raw tag team champions are the Awesome Truth. Miz and R-Truth are your new Raw tag team champions, and I can't even lie, man. It was a cool moment, you know, seeing R-Truth being the one to pull down those tag team titles. And in true R-Truth fashion, he thought it was a regular tag team match. Miz gave him the hot tag. Truth came in and did the John Cena 5 moves of doom, the shoulder tackles, the slam, the you can't see me, that got the crowd up, you know. Yeah, another funny part of this match was the fact that DIY came out as DX cosplayer. Like they had the whole DX entrance and everything, like the whole DIY logo flash with the DX font. So that was pretty funny. That was a pretty cool moment. Even Ciampa came out dressed like a bootleg Triple H, so that was pretty funny. But as I mentioned, the Judgment Day reign is officially over. They're no longer your undisputed tag team champions. We have two separate tag team champions. Finally, thank you, Allah. Praise Jesus. Praise SpongeBob. Pray whoever it is you pray to, but the magic finally happened. So after this, we had a tag team match, a whole Lucha tag team match. Rey Mysterio and Andrade taking on the team of Santos Escobar and Dominic Mysterio. And you know, this has pretty much been fashion warfare for like several months. So both sets of squads came out. The Legados came out with Santos. The LWO came out with Rey and Andrade. And you know, it was cool. It was a really fun match. That was something I've never seen in wrestling before. So you had the Legado del Fantasma on the outside. Andrade with Rey Mysterio on his shoulders did a dive to the outside. It was like a crossbody with Rey Mysterio on top of his shoulders. I've never seen anything like that before, and it was really freaking cool. Really cool spot. And I initially had picked Santos and Dominic to win, you know, so Dominic can get his win back over his dad. But I was wrong. I was wrong. So of course the shenanigans were taking place. You had both sets of factions, you know, fighting to the outside. Joaquin Wilde did that dive he does in NXT. He had his WrestleMania moment. And then the shenanigans were at an all-time high when you had these two big dudes in lucha masks. I thought one of them was Braun Strowman, and I was wrong because it was actually Jason Kelsey, Travis Kelsey's brother. But they came out and helped out Rey and Andrade, and the LWO actually ended up getting the win. You had a cool moment with Jason Kelsey, you know, doing his thing. He took his shirt off. He's flexing and yelling, and he's all hairy and whatnot. I'm like, all right, cool. Blood versus blood, brother versus brother, Oos versus Oos, Yeet versus no Yeet, Jimmy versus Jey Uso, in a match a lot of people consider it a dream match. I know the Usos, this is a dream match for them, you know, brother versus brother at WrestleMania in Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love of all places. So, you know, perfect storm. You even had Lil Wayne come out. The only thing I was disappointed in was the fact that Lil Wayne promised us a new single, and he came out performing A Million. Now, A Million is one of my favorite songs, but I'm like, yo, where's the new single at, Wayne? Yo, liar, pants on fire. And Jey Uso makes his way out to the ring. You know, he's doing the up, down. The people are really up for him. They're all chanting yeet. Jimmy came out in a Nike tech suit, you know, shout out to him. You even had the spot that I think Hang 'em High predicted, you know. You had both of Jimmy and Jay in the middle of the ring punching each other. Jay would punch Jimmy, the crowd would chant yeet. Jimmy would punch Jay, the crowd would chant no yeet. The timeline clowned for it, but you know, he's a visionary. He saw something that we all didn't see. And if you would have taken a shot for every super kick that was thrown during this match, you would probably have alcohol poisoning, because man, it was like super kick. Me personally, I wasn't mad at it because that's exactly what I expected from this match. A lot of people on Twitter were, you know, expressing disappointment, saying the Young Bucks are better, you know, and that's how you feel. And I'm like, it's Jimmy versus Jey Uso. Like, what were you honestly expecting? But, you know, I digress. And I got another prediction wrong. I was thinking that Jimmy was going to win, but Jay ended up getting the win. You know, he beat his brother, fair and square, clean as a sheet. There was one spot where Jimmy, he was trying to do that thing like Roman does, you know. He was trying to get in Jimmy's and Jay's head. He was saying, oh, I'm sorry, Oos, I didn't mean any of it, man. I didn't mean for it to get this far. And then Jimmy said, psych, biatch, and hit him with a super kick, and he almost won, but Jay kicked out. And like I said, Jay ended up getting the win clean. So, you know, maybe they'll wrestle again, maybe they won't, I don't know. So I'm expecting more shenanigans to take place between Jimmy and Jay next tomorrow night at WrestleMania Night 2. This was the moment of the show where time stood still, where Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Rosa Parks, all the ancestors gathered together and, shine their light upon this match, especially between the new big three, Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair, and Naomi. They came out in unison. They came out looking like they were about to perform with Beyonce. They had their own individual interests, but the fact that they came out together as a unit, it was a pretty cool visual, pretty cool sight. And they took on Damage Control, and to the surprise of absolutely no one, Damage Control lost. It's Jay's first match, so you already know she's not going to win. And speaking of Jade Cargill, she showed up and she showed out, man. She was looking like a powerhouse, looking like a true superstar. She looked like she fit right in at WrestleMania. Like, there's nobody that looks like Jade Cargill. Like, her body's insane. She just looks like money. And the big three ended up getting the win. Pretty cool moment, pretty cool visual, them standing tall, flexing, and it was really cool. It almost brought a tear to my eye. This was a pretty cool weekend for black talent, with the big three and R-Truth winning the Raw Tag Team Championships, and Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes main eventing and Stand and Deliver early in the day. Pretty cool. Wrestling is for. So this leads us to another match that I predicted incorrectly. The big money match, the Intercontinental Championship match. Sami Zayn taking on Gunther. And the way this match started off, you had Sami Zayn in the back talking to his family. He's talking to his wife and his son. And he's making his way through Gorilla. And he's greeted by Chad Gable. Chad Gable says, no matter what happens, I got next. So Chad Gable was pretty much calling his shot. And then as Sami Zayn is making his way out to the ring, he's greeted by Kevin Owens, and they hug and they embrace. And Sami Zayn gets a big hero's welcome. Gunther makes his way out to the ring. And this match was pretty brutal. It was awesome. Gunther was whooping this poor Canadian man's ass the entire match. And then a lot of people were expecting, myself included, were expecting, Chad Gable to come out and throw in the towel. Because the story that they've been telling between Sami Zayn and Gunther is Rocky. It's pretty much Rocky. Rocky 4 is the one I'm thinking of, where Rocky overcomes the odds like he always does. And it was looking pretty rough for old Sami Zayn. He was getting his ass handed to him. He was getting beat, chopped, mauled throughout this whole entire match. Gunther is just looking at him like, yo, this is your boy. This is your guy. This is the guy that's gonna beat me. Yes. Sami Zayn powered up, and I think what it was people started holding their hands up to lend Sami Zayn their energy, because this dude started hulking up, man. He hit a haluva kick to the back of Gunther's head. He hit another one. 1, 2, 3. Over 600 days as Intercontinental Champion has come to an end. Gunther is no longer the Intercontinental Champion. He took his first loss on the main roster. That's crazy. Sami Zayn is the new Intercontinental Champion. I didn't think this would happen. I knew that Gunther would have to lose one day, but I didn't think it would be to Sami Zayn. I didn't think Sami Zayn would be the one to end the streak, but here we are, man. It is what it is. So Sami Zayn is the new Intercontinental Champion. So now this leads us to our main event of the evening. This leads us to the cinema, to the mana, to whatever you want to call it, man. The mana is flowing strong, because it's the big tag team match. Cody Rhodes and Seth freaking Rollins taking on the Bloodline, taking on The Rock, the final boss, the People's Champion, the Great One, the most electrifying man in sports entertainment, the new official People's Champion, because he has a belt now. The Rock came out with his own championship belt that was presented to him at the Hall of Fame last night, so that was pretty cool. Taking with his partner, his cousin, the tribal chief, the head of the table, Roman Reigns. And all eyes were on The Rock, because you kind of wanted to see, what kind of shape was he in. Yeah, you already knew that The Rock was in great shape, because it's The Rock. And on top of that, Roman Reigns was in great shape too. Like, he has abs for some reason. Like, he's been working out. He's been hiding those abs under that hoodie, so good for Roman Reigns. And the Bloodline, man, it was looking like the Cody and Seth, they were doing their thing for a little bit, until they weren't. Until the final boss started doing his thing. He started kicking everyone's ass. There was even one spot where they were fighting to the outside, and the referee's doing the count 1, 2, and The Rock said, he stopped the referee, said, don't you count you count, you're fired. Don't play with me, you know how I am. So you already knew where this was going. The Rock was flexing his muscle as, you know, a board member, as the final boss. It was pretty much a preview of what we're going to get tomorrow night. Spoiler alert, the Bloodline won, so it's going to be Bloodline rules tomorrow night. But this was like a sample of what we're going to get on WrestleMania night 2. Like, you had weight belts and low blows, and the Prime hydration station was knocked over. Mama Rose cussed out The Rock. It was an entertaining match, man. I was thoroughly sports entertained. The Rock did his thing, man. His entrance was fire. The Tribal Chief was doing his thing, man. And it was looking like a repeat of last year for Cody. You know, the same visuals, the same shots. Cody looking dejected with his back turned as the Bloodline celebrates. So it's kind of given, you know, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows part 1 and part 2, you know what I'm saying, where the villains win part 1, but ultimately good triumphs. The good guys win. You know, Cody will hopefully finish his story tomorrow night at WrestleMania night 2. So with that being said, man, WrestleMania part 1, night 1 is in the books. We're going to do this all over again tomorrow night. Back at you with another review, man. What did you guys think of WrestleMania, the first part of WrestleMania? Let me know in the comment section below. What was your favorite match? What did you think of The Rock? How did he do? What was your least favorite match? Let me know in the comment section below. Of course, as always, like, comment, and subscribe. You guys take care. Peace. I'm out. Peace.